Hey everybody, welcome to the Don't Talk to Me podcast. I'm Bradley.
I'm Ashlyn.
I'm Venus.
We're here to talk about many things. First of all, Ashlyn is very sick. She has brought the plague upon us like a little plague rat. But she's a foreign correspondent this week. She's in New Zealand for an engagement party. She's doing well and poorly at the same time. It's amazing.
Yes, I love being sick on holiday. It's just the best thing ever, isn't it?
It is the best thing. But you're at home, so you've got like family to take care of you.
This is true. Yeah, my mum's here, so it's nice. She gets to feel like she's needed, and I get to just be tucked up on the couch and watch Netflix. So
yeah, I mean, that's the goal. Truly, that is the fucking goal. So today we're going to talk about Jeffrey Epstein. We're going to talk about everything that happened with Whitney Cummings. We're going to talk about me starting a new job, Miley Cyrus, Apex Legends, Overwatch, and Sigma. So it is a huge jam-packed episode. So get seated, get ready, and let's get freaky.
And we'll try not go on tangents.
Yeah, we'll try not, but that is truly my calling. I can derail any situation into any other situation. It's amazing. So this week, a bunch of news came out about Jeffrey Epstein. Venus truly knows more than me about this.
I think you both know more than me about this.
Get started. What happened to that little pedophile?
So I feel like everyone should know who Jeffrey Epstein is, but at this point, like,
yeah, but some people don't.
Yeah, owned an island, trafficked some young ladies there. A good portion, if not all of them, were underage. I wouldn't call him a pedophile. I believe he technically is a hebephile, which is still just as bad, really, in the grand scheme of things.
Tell us this word, English.
Hebephile is children. Hebephile is adolescents. But
yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Which is why it's called child sex offences, because pedophilia and hebephilia are technically different philias, but they combine them in the two under most laws in most countries. I know things.
This is such an educational podcast.
Right?
I know.
Ooh. Just thank God that's not the fetish of the week.
Just using some of the really horrible things I deal with as a social worker and bringing them into the light. So,
love.
So basically he... I might get this wrong. I hope I don't get this wrong. So he was historically charged with child sex offences. But since then, he's also had some human trafficking charges come up, which again is around having women taken to his island. Huge ramifications for sort of American politics, because he was really good friends with families like the Clintons, the Trumps, and also with Prince Andrew. So, you know, the reptilian queen gets brought into it as well. So, yeah, big question is at the moment, did he actually suicide?
No.
And if that very unlikely scenario didn't happen, who do you reckon killed him? The Trumps, the Clintons, or the Queen?
I think probably someone who hasn't been implicated yet, because he was talking about, he had a long list of people who he could implicate, and that's how he was going to get a lighter sentence. It was probably someone who hasn't been implicated yet. Honestly, like, because there's a huge amount of people who would love to see him dead because they don't want to be caught with all these fucking offenses.
That's true. Do we actually know how he was found, or did they just say he committed suicide?
They just said he was found dead in his cell.
Right.
I think he hung himself. He hung himself.
Yes.
I'm doing like air quotes as I say this.
Yeah, there's a lot of misinformation going around that he was on suicide watch, but apparently he'd been taken off suicide watch 12 days.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, look, I was talking to Mum about it because my mum used to work in corrections, and she was like, you know, saying that, like, if someone wants to die even on suicide watch, they will. Like, you know, there's bed springs in some mattresses in some prisons, which, you know, like, yeah, if people are going to be avoidant, they're going to be avoidant. But my bet is still on. I'm thinking it's either Trump or the Clintons.
Well, the prison guards have been suspended. So obviously there is some evidence of foul play, even if it's just conspiracy.
Yeah.
And everything's conspiracy until it's proven true.
Exactly.
Like, let's just be real. It's not it's not wild to think that, you know, someone would be assassinated, because it happens
constantly. Yeah. Particularly in America. America is fucked at the moment. We won't go into that.
They love a good assassination. They fucking love a good assassination. America is fucked. Have you heard about all the fucking cyber attacks? Everyone's getting done. Everyone's getting done. Like Ashlyn, the fucking Alana from Funhouse, she got done. She got DDoSed.
What?
And they took all of her information and released it, or threatened to release it. But
Why
Whitney
do they
Cummings,
Why do they go for a wholesome peeps? We love Alana here.
yeah, but they go for women. They go for women
Rude.
because it's, you know, they feel like they have the power to end their career just by sending their nudes, which is kind of true. I mean, if you look at Jennifer Lawrence, everyone kind of wrote her off as an actress after her nudes were released, and Mila Djokovic.
Yeah.
Well,
Resident
Mila
Evil,
Kunis
yeah.
as well.
I don't know. I don't follow nudes being
They got
released.
both not done. But these people tried to threaten Whitney Cummings, her Netflix show just came out. And these people DDoSed her, and they hacked into her iCloud, and they got a bunch of information, and they teamed that with a screenshot. She did a Instagram live in which she was in a bath and she accidentally showed her nipple. They were like, give us money or we'll release all this stuff. And so she was like, yeah, fuck that. And then she just released it herself like a boss bitch. It was pretty excellent.
Oh my God, a
the way to
nipple.
go.
Yeah, an entire nipple.
Jesus.
But like, it wasn't a bad nipple, Whitney. Like, you go, girl.
Yeah, be proud of that nipple.
Yeah, be proud
You
of
just
that
put it
nipple.
out there before anyone else can, and then it's fine.
Exactly. I think that's impressive. I think it takes a lot of guts to be able to show, like, because most actresses, they'll show like body doubles, like Game of Thrones, they were all body doubles.
Oh, that was part of that though. Like, I would, if I was not used to being nude, doing that scene in that many extras, that was that makes me anxious thinking about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just don't get why everyone is still. I don't get why people are so attached to nudity, and maybe that's just me being queer as shit and being really left of center anyway. But if you have to threaten someone about that, like, A, how shitty and closed-minded are you, and then B, like, the fact that people still have to worry about their careers being ruined because of the stigma is just ridiculous. Like, everyone go to a nudist beach and chill the fuck out.
Demystify that body for yourself, because it's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
Oh God,
Exactly.
it's hard. It's really hard. I don't know what you'd even do, because cyber security is something that's a huge issue at the moment, obviously. And it's like, even talking about it, I feel like I'm putting a target on our backs, even though nobody fucking watches this.
Yeah, no one watches
all our
this
nudes
shit.
are going to be everywhere.
We're fine.
Yeah, exactly. But I have a myriad of nudes. Like, that's just a fact. I love my body. What's that? What's that? Drag queens, the Spanish drag queen's favorite name. She loves her cake or something. I don't know. But she essentially is just releasing her stuff, and I think that's all you can do, is take onus and take, responsibility for it. But she wasn't the only one who got scammed. What she do?
No.
She wasn't the only one.
In the last podcast, I was very excited to go home and watch Endgame. And I got scammed by Marvel and Apple because I did not purchase a watchable copy. I pre-ordered it on iTunes, and I was fucking devastated.
I don't even get that. Like, what does that mean? What does that actually mean?
Get a non-watchable copy? What?
Well, no, it means that when it releases, which I think was, I haven't even checked.
A few days ago, it
automatically goes onto your iCloud, and then you can watch it. But shitty ass me was like rushing through, and I was like, fuck yeah, I'm not going to read anything because I'm so confident about what's happening right now.
Fuck yeah, Endgame, Apple, hell yeah.
Scammed by the evil empire that is Apple.
I think you scammed yourself. I think you scammed yourself, honey.
No. I don't know what you're talking about. You got scammed too. You got scammed too.
Yes, technically. Okay, so I've started night shift at the petrol station where I work, and it's good. I really like night shifts because you're alone. You have time to do all your stuff. You can get it all done, and then just do nothing for 3 hours. It's wonderful. I do 8-hour shifts. It's great. And this lady came in. She pulled up in a minivan. That's not, that's like the least suspicious car to steal petrol in. And so she filled up. She came in and she tried to pay pass with her Google Pay. And it wasn't working. And I looked at it and I knew that wasn't the app. I knew it wasn't the app because it doesn't look like that, but like maybe it does look like that on iPhones. I didn't know. So she was trying to do it. I looked at it. It seemed legit because it had all the settings and like it had her information on it, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, look, if you go and get your actual car, and I even used the chip. I literally bought a 10-cent sauce. I was like, so the machine is working. Her phone is not working. And I saw that her phone was cracked. And I was like, oh, like, did you drop it recently? And she goes, yeah, I dropped it today. Maybe that's why it's not working. I was like, sometimes you can break the NFC chip. Do you want, we can fill out a non-payment form, which is a form that you fill out when someone can't pay for a product. You probably use them wherever you've worked. And essentially she gave me every single piece of information she gave me was fake. Fake name, fake address, fake numbers, fake fucking everything. Fake fucking everything. The only thing was real was her number plate, and they were fucking stolen plates.
Oh my God.
She was but she didn't seem like a thief. She, like, it literally took me by, it was a scam. She was a scam artist because she didn't present as, like sometimes you can tell. Like, let's just be real. Even like, sounds shitty, but sometimes you can tell people are going to do some dodgy shit. And I've caught people in their shit before because usually I can catch them out. But I had no idea. I had no fucking idea. It was really hard.
I feel like
and then I was so embarrassed. I was like, she was like, oh, I'll be back in like 20 minutes. I'll be back to pay. I'm just going to go get my card from home. I live near this hotel, blah, blah, blah. And then she went and I was like, oh, she'll be back. And then I was waiting and I waited and I kept waiting and I kept waiting and she never fucking came back. It was hard.
You can't judge people by how they look on whether they're
judge
going to
people.
be
That's the moral of the story. Fucking judge people.
Yeah. I mean, look at bankers. Bankers look really respectable and they're like fucking the worst.
I was really embarrassed when I told my boss. I was so fucking embarrassed. I was like,
so
look,
awkward.
I think I got scammed. I called the numbers. They don't work. I was like, hey, I was going to call them and be like, hey, you come back. Neither of them worked. Because she was like, oh, I'll give you another number just in case this one doesn't work, blah, blah, blah. Which probably should have been, a warning sign. But the whole thing was sketchy. Yeah, I just didn't like. I had that feeling, but I just couldn't. I couldn't quantify it at all. I just didn't know whether or not I was being stupid or not. Just being honest.
Yeah, that's rough. I actually had that sort of same thing at my work, and it was a little old lady, and she was like, "Oh, I just have this cash, and I don't have." She was down $10 or something, and I was like, "That's fine. You can just come back. It's fine." And then she never came back, so I paid for it.
Well, apparently,
I just figured it was easier than dealing with my boss.
Yeah. At Woolworths, seniors are the worst for shoplifting.
Oh, absolutely.
They just know they can get away with it. Those cheeky fuckers.
Well, I think
it's
also
they have an excuse.
Yeah.
They have a built-in excuse.
But it's also systemic. Like the age pension is stupid, like stupidly low in Australia. I mean, we're lucky to have a pension, but we don't have livable welfare in our country for a country that talks about how good our welfare system is.
Yeah.
So now we all got scammed this week, and I'll let you touch on this, Ashlyn. Very, very deeply sad news. We all thought we were going to get a happy ever after, but alas, that was cut short. Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth have split up yet again.
I was so wondering where this was going. I was like, wait, how did we get scammed? What is she talking about? It took me so long to work out what was happening.
We all got scammed. How much did they get?
I'm working on my segues, okay?
She's not as masterful as me yet.
You had easier segues, Bradley.
No, I didn't. Jerry
Anyway.
did look at
Epstein
it,
into
and-
cyber attacks? Are you fucking kidding me? Okay. Anyway,
Everything's just
Miley
bad news.
Cyrus done did it again.
I know. These two, I just can't with them. How many times have they split now? But I mean,
Like
What?
5.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
A
been a
few
lot.
times.
And now they're like officially married, and it hasn't even been a year. And now they're
Yeah.
splitting again. I don't know. I can't with
Well,
these two.
But all the tabloids like split after a year. I'm like, bitch, it's been 9 months. Like, we didn't get there.
They're
did
just
not.
rounding it up.
You can't round up. Let's
No.
not round up. Can we not? But,
And Liam Hemsworth is an Australian treasure, and
Yes.
he might be a bit of a stoner and seem like he's really immature, but I'm taking his side 100% because it's patriotism.
It's fair.
That's
Yeah,
absolutely
he's one of
true.
us. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of us. One of us.
It's hard because I can imagine him. He definitely wanted to change her. Let's
Yeah.
be real.
Mm.
Every single time they break up, she changes back to that kind of like crazy off the rails Miley Cyrus that we know that twerks on people at music video awards.
Yeah.
So
I think
he's
that's
not
just who she wants to be,
Yeah.
and he wants like a down to earth. He should just get
Australian
himself an
chick.
Aussie girl and be done with it, you know?
But
he wants an Australian girl.
But that being said, I don't know that he knows that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we're judging here. We're going off celebrity gossip, and that's the lowliest of lows. But like, if you see him, like he's in some of his social media stuff, like he is a little bit of a stoner. So I think,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there is a dynamic there that we don't know about. Remembering Miley's queer as well, so sometimes when, as you know, as I know, sometimes when queer people are in relationships with people that are very not only heterosexual but very heteronormative, sometimes there are just cultural gaps that
Yeah.
come into play.
Yeah.
And also gaps around, you know, your sexuality and expression of that. And
Yeah,
Like,
without
she
even
tried
taking
to
into
peg
account they
him.
grew up in different places, you know. I
Yeah.
can't even I've never dated someone from a different country, so I can't imagine it
Oh,
must
it's
be
a
hard
thing.
sometimes, you know.
Well, you've dated someone in another country.
True, but
I've dated someone
I
from-
brought him
yeah.
with me, you know, like he's just a piece of New Zealand that I just shoved on
Yeah.
the plane.
Yeah, he's a relic.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's a
Wait, are
trophy.
you calling him old? I'm going to tell him you said that.
He's a new relic. Something to pass down. His genes will be passed down through generations. Speaking of no. So we also wanted to talk about Apex Legends. Ash, you wanted to talk about
I'm very
Apex
excited.
Legends.
Obviously, I've been away, so this is my 3rd week away from Australia, but I'm super excited to be back on Sunday
Yeah.
night. So I'll be able to play some Apex, which
Yes.
is awesome.
So
So I haven't
excited.
played for 3 weeks. So I'm going to get back and I'm going to be absolute shit. So I hope you guys are ready for that.
You're going to be at the level I am now.
Pretty much. So it's just going to be Cabbage that's going to be really annoying at me. He's going to be like, what the fuck? Go
Well,
suck.
we've just been queuing together with a random third.
I went
It's
with
hard.
you the other day. It
That's
didn't
true.
help you at all, but I went
No.
with you.
You were
It's
more
better than a random person.
That's true. At least
better than-
well,
yeah.
I can't say that you stuck with us, but you definitely tried.
I did the second time, and I
That-
was the last
yeah.
person to die when you were like, go and kill 3 people. And I'm like, bitch, I can't aim. What the fuck are you asking me to do right now?
Kill
Perfect.
self.
So context for those listening, my graphics card does not like Apex
No,
Legends.
God, no.
And it makes aiming very difficult. Very difficult.
Yes.
But
I'm super excited for solo queue. I don't know if I will play it often
I
because
don't
I
know
just
if
feel
I'll
like
utilize
Apex
it.
is fun as a group game, you know?
Yeah, it is.
But it'd be fun to try. And I don't know because obviously they've put that it's starting on the 12th, but it's going only until the 27th. So I don't know if they're continuing it after that or if they're just going to trial it. And
they're
see.
probably
I think
trial
they're
it.
trialing it. Yeah.
Because I would imagine it'll be heavier on the servers as well.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah.
So I want you guys all to do it because we know that I'm the worst at Apex. That is very clearly demonstrated. But I want to know who's second worst just so I can kind of come together with them and be like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't like playing video games alone. So I've been playing Final Fantasy 14, the MMO.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's very fun, and I'm getting Venus to join.
Yes. when I move.
But it's lonely. I feel really lonely in the game. I've been trying to rope anybody I can into it. But I just get really lonely. I'm such a social person that I'm like, I can't play video games alone. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's just a
I
crippling
agree.
loneliness.
I feel like someone, I don't know who it is, someone in our group also plays it. I feel like it might be Tinksy. There is someone
Maybe.
in CDX that plays it.
I'll have to ask. But
I used to play like old school Final Fantasy on the PlayStation.
Yeah. So
Like,
good.
on the PlayStation 1. Like
I've never
school.
played a Final Fantasy game other than this.
Oh.
Because now I really like this.
Did you at least play like some other like Japanese RPG games?
Yeah, I played the Code Lyoko game that came out.
Okay.
I
have no idea what game that is, though.
So Code Lyoko was like a French anime that came out when I was a kid. About these kids who were this is a fucking tangent, by the way, about kids who go into a virtual world and they had powers in the virtual world, but they didn't in the real world, but the virtual world could come into the real world and try and kill them.
So Sword Art Online.
Kind of, not really, like, because they could log in and out, but the virtual world could follow them into the real world.
Okay. So Gun Gale Online, like when in whatever arc of Sword Art Online that was.
Kind of.
Yeah,
pretty much. Beautiful. Essentially.
There is no original content in this world anymore, ladies and gentlemen.
No, but this came out many years before Sword Art Online.
Yeah,
but it was a turn-based game, and it was the closest thing I've played to a Final Fantasy game, I think. Yeah. Besides Pokemon, technically Pokemon can be when you're doing multiple battles.
But it's not like a Japanese RPG.
No. Well, it is.
Well, kind of.
It is absolutely a Japanese RPG, I'd say.
But not the typical format that we see in games like Kingdom Hearts and Danganronpa. Kingdom Hearts doesn't count either.
I love Kingdom Hearts.
Just ignore me. I'm talking out my ass.
It's true. It's true. But speaking of games, Sigma came out. I'm very excited. I played him a little bit. He came out 1 day ago. And he's very fucking fun. He has like he has an absorb ability where he absorbs all incoming projectiles, and then he adds those to his shields, and his ultimate ability is like this huge gravitational field, and it like knocks people into the air and then slams them back down. It's wonderful. But he's really fun as a zoning tank. He's very fucking fun, and I'm gonna rope Ashlyn into playing Overwatch at some point because your family plays it.
I know, this is where I like log out. I'm like, Overwatch, like snore time. But my brother and his sister, my brother and his girlfriend, I was gonna say my sister-in-law, play Overwatch. But I don't know, I've never got into it, and I just feel like I'm so obsessed with Apex that if I have another something to be obsessed about, I'm just gonna have no time for anything else.
Yeah, but it's all about like, because I can play all of these games, but it's just about like, if I'm playing Final Fantasy in a game, I will spend like 2 hours on that and that's it for the day. I won't play any other games. I won't like bother. Or if I'm playing Apex, I won't play anything else. Like it's just a thing.
Yeah, you go through like stages.
Yeah. I usually have about 6 games that I play at any given time. Because,
actively,
yeah, exactly. And Overwatch, I don't know. I like Overwatch because it's this blend of a first-person shooter and an RPG, and I'm not a first-person shooter person. Like, no. I don't like PUBG. I hated Counter-Strike. It was the bane of my existence for many years when I was dating guys that played Counter-Strike in high school. But
yeah, it's awful.
Yeah, so I'm not a fan. But Overwatch is fun. It's a bit quirky. I like it.
Yeah, it's a bit quirky.
I do like the characters in Overwatch.
Like, it's very fun.
Yeah, the artwork and everything looks fun. I think I also need more space on my computer for downloading purposes. So that's one of my at the top things to do.
Well, lucky that you're getting married to an IT or ex-IT guy.
Yeah.
It's definitely good news for me.
Great to fuck with it. But we talked about it as a group, and we'd happily get it for your engagement present.
For you and Craig.
You guys.
Not just you, for you and Craig, because we like Craig too. Even though he's a numpty that tries to be copper. with a steel pipe and a flashlight.
Yeah, I don't.
But I feel like
he gets up to. I take no responsibility for that. He was away. We're not together over here, so he's staying with his family. I'm with my family. We're an hour away from each other, so I don't know what that boy's up to.
He so context, Ashlyn's partner Craig had people lurking around his home the other day, and instead of calling the police like a sensible person would, he decided to go out himself and investigate. And
you know what though, this is the third time this has happened. I'm not even kidding. Like,
does it make you anxious? It makes me anxious.
It does. I was there for two of them. One of them, we actually chased down a couple of little teenagers, and we did call the cops eventually, and they got there. And when the cops turned up, I was there, and Craig was like off in the bush with the 2x4 running after them. And the guy, like, they turned up with dogs, sniffer dogs, and they're like, where is Craig? And I'm like, I think he's in the bush. And they're like, fuck. And this cop just starts swearing, like, he's like, fuck, because he can't see the dog in there if Craig's in there, because he will obviously just eat Craig. So I'm like, oh, Craig, you fucking idiot. And then Craig comes waltzing out of the bush, like, holding this teenager, like, here you go.
Oh, God.
Give him to the dog.
I know.
And
then
I'm not used to being around men that are as manly as Craig, and it is anxiety driving.
Strange. Yeah.
Don't give him he's going to hear this, and he's going to be like, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
He's going to get like a rock hard.
When you're listening to this, Craig, we all worry about you. You set off our anxiety disorders, and we don't like it.
We have a new jingle. Leave room for the jingle.
Oh, I'm so excited for this jingle.
Fetish of the week.
So, you've heard it. The Fetish of the Week jingle. It's wonderful. Speaking of Sigma, the little fucking shoeless boy, we're talking about foot fetishes this week.
Your speech.
This wasn't a random roll. We didn't random roll it. We just thought it would be perfect context. We didn't want to do pedophilia, but
I skipped on past that one.
Fetishes. Have you guys ever encountered a foot fetishist?
Yes. But I feel like, I think in a lot of the media that we see, like, foot fetishes get kink shamed a lot.
Yeah.
And I am sorry for those who have foot fetishes that get kink shamed. You should be able to be as freaky as the rest of us. But I feel like in media, it's often like people like sucking toes and doing, I don't know, weird stuff.
Yeah.
And the dude that I was with just really liked touching my feet, which is great because, like, I have a lot of, like, podiatry issues and my arch and my foot's too high. So basically my feet hurt, and I used to work in retail, so my feet used to really hurt. So that worked for me because I was like, fuck yeah, foot massage.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah.
Wait, do you get shoes? Did he buy you shoes?
No, I feel like shoe fetishes are a little bit different.
Yeah.
A little bit. Maybe some people have the same too. And they fit nicely together.
Well, I mean,
Like
the only time I've really come across it is online. So, like, you know, guys online wanting to buy feet photos, essentially. Like, I've never actually met someone in real life.
Like Wiki Feet. Have you guys seen that?
No.
Everyone has a Wiki Feet. Elise Willems has one. Alana has one. Jennifer Lawrence has it. Like, every single woman you could think of has a Wiki Feet.
Just photos of their feet?
Yeah, it's just their feet. And
just
it's
like
the selfies that have feet in them. Like, if Alana did this one because I checked it out because she talked about having one. And she has this photo in a mirror, and in the background there's another mirror, and you can see her feet in that mirror. I know, they're really it's a reach. It's a reach.
Yeah.
But it's like just like the back of it's just the back of her foot. And I came across it. Like, the reason I'm thinking about it is because I watched Dude Soup, and Bruce was like, I fucking love sucking toes. And, like, I don't think it was a joke, because he was like, yeah, I've had it done to me and I've done it. And he enjoyed it, apparently. And I just because you see these people as, like, really like slimy, foot fetishes. But, like, it's a thing now. It's a fucking thing.
Well, and if you think about it, like, reflexology, like, that's so big. Like, so many people will go and do reflexology because it's really, pardon my French, everyone, even though we swear the whole way through the podcast.
Yeah, we've
It
sworn this entire
mother
time.
fucking hurts getting reflexology done, but you feel really good afterwards.
Mm.
And that's like all feet. That's like pressure points on feet. So it makes sense to
Yeah.
me why. I mean, I don't know. I have really ugly feet. Maybe that's why I get really funny about it. But
I have
It's
ugly
weird.
feet
I feel
too.
like people are either like all in or all out. Like people are
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, or they're like, feet.
yeah,
But
like
it's weird
touching my
because like,
touching feet is fine. But it's just that layer between touching feet and putting them in your mouth. And I'm like, I have too uglier feet for you to put that in your mouth.
Yeah.
No, do not do it.
It'd be like, maybe you could get a blind person who's really into feet.
that's a good point.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel
And
like I'd
then,
still be weird
like-
about them putting them in their mouth.
Oh, well,
yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be like, you know how they imagine if that's how they saw things. Like, not sure what this is. Let me put it in my mouth.
So like a baby,
No.
You know, instead of
like
instead
exactly
of them
what babies
doing
do.
it with their hands. You know how they like feel your face to see what you look like. They have to put your entire face in their mouth like a snake.
They have to like lick everything. Like, oh, okay.
Oh, God.
This is a chair. Cool. Got it.
Chair, cool, good. Toilet, oh,
Oh,
gross.
no. But it's weird because I find that foot fetishes are, people do think they're very creepy and get grossed out by it. But then also there's other parts of the body that we find sexy that are not inherently sexy, like forearms and like biceps. You know, like weird parts of the body that are
Hang
just
on.
random.
One sec. What? Forearms?
Like,
Wanking muscles.
Men's forearms.
Oh, right. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Like the muscles in them.
Yeah,
Not
Yeah,
like-
yeah.
wanking. They're called wanking muscles.
Yeah.
We all know this.
Right. I didn't. Well, I don't. Yeah, I don't. I
Brandon
thought you
is
just meant like
"What?"
because I don't have muscles. I'm a fat bitch. So I just looked at my forearm and I'm like, there is nothing sexy about that. That is nothing. There's
damn,
nothing
bitch.
there. There's nothing
Got
there.
some nice forearms.
We discover, oh my god, Ashlyn has a forearm kink. But yeah, foot fetishes can be super creepy and they can also be super normal. And I suppose it depends on who it is and what they do.
Just don't kink shame, ladies and gents. Just don't do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Every fetish is a good fetish.
Well, I
Unless
wouldn't
it
say
hurts
that.
people. Like,
I wouldn't say
That's
that.
a good point. PSA, except for this.
Except for the ones that directly affect your health or other people's health.
This is a good point.
don't go trying to contract HIV. We discussed this previously.
Oh,
Bad
God.
idea.
Bug
I
chasers.
feel like that's going to come up every fetish of the
Scary.
week.
Look, I mean, it's scary. It's fucking scary because there's people who do. I'm going on a tangent. Anyway, I could feel it coming. But next week we're gonna have a theme song. We got a theme song made.
We
Oh,
did.
I'm very
Just
excited about the intro.
Just like fetish of the week theme song. We
Mhm,
got one
mhm.
made. Very 90s theme. It's very nostalgic. It's very lovely.
It's very like
nice.
nerdy pop culture. It's us.
Yeah, it is very us. It is very us. So you'll hear that next episode. Get excited. Get fucking
Nice.
hyped.
Woot woot.
Anyway, I think that's us for the week. We'll see you next Monday.